Hey
Hi,
guys, happy Wednesday to you.
happy Wednesday. And hey, are you headed to court today? Well, did you know that your brand is being judged just like in a courtroom? So think about this: your competitors are the plaintiff, you are the defendant,
Mhm.
and the customer is the judge. Today, we're going to discuss how you can be prepared for court. I'm Tanya Eberhardt, founder of BrandFace, where we help experts and entrepreneurs differentiate themselves.
Hey guys, I'm Michael Carr. I'm the COO of BrandFace. I was actually a client before I became a partner in the company. And what happened was the BrandFace principles caused so much success in my business and continue to do so. I bought into the company to help other entrepreneurs do the exact same thing and achieve the exact same success. All right. Today, we're looking at your brand just a little differently. We're giving you another viewpoint of it. It dawned on us that each time we put ourselves out there in an attempt to attract clients, it's like being in a courtroom. It's like having to state your case. The plaintiff, your competitors, right, are marketing and competing every day, trying to win the hearts and minds of your customers, right? The jury, if you will, the judge. As a defendant, did you know that your brand is the best evidence that you can have to sway the opinion? All right. And this is sort of, we're putting you in the mindset of having to prove yourself every day. And how do you do that? Any evidence that you can present will have something to do with your brand and help to sway that court of public opinion.
Yep. So think about this: the defendant is you. We feel like we're always being attacked from every angle, right?
We
The
are.
competitors are coming at us like,
They are.
like in a video game. Boom,
Mhm.
boom, 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 right? And you're constantly moving. So who is deciding who wins, though? That's the judge. And that's your customer, because in the end, they make the decisions.
Mhm.
So here are 5 questions the judge is going to be asking you, and that will decide the fate of your case. You've heard these questions from us before. They are: what sets you apart? Who do you serve? How do you serve them? What qualifies you to serve them? And how does it make their life better? The question for you is, can you answer all 5 of those definitively and without hesitation, right? If you can't, you definitely have some work to do.
Mhm.
And if you can, just keep this in mind: there's another step after that. It's not enough to know, you have to show. Repeat that with us.
It's
It's not
not enough
enough
to
to know,
know, you
you
have
have
to
to
show,
show. Okay.
right? Are your branding elements developed properly to showcase these points, such as the language behind why your potential clients or customers should choose you, the imagery that surrounds your brand and becomes the visual representation of the very words that you're telling your customers or clients and how you want them to see you, the photos, which we're going to make people feel like they already know you, the facial recognition that comes from that, comfortable in your presence, feeling like they already know you. It's the
Mhm.
greatest phone call that you can get as a business person, is for your
Yes.
client to say, I looked you up online and I want to do business with you. Or I feel like I already know you. I want to do business with you. If you're not hearing those things, you haven't displayed, you haven't defined, and you haven't uh, developed, and you haven't displayed your brand correctly. When you do, you have to ask yourself, are they displayed correctly, consistently across every marketing platform, none of them in juxtaposition to each other? Or are they scattered here and there with no connection whatsoever?
And that, my friends, is what we call spray and pray marketing, by the way.
I did it for years. I did it for
Yeah.
decades.
I got that term from being in the media world for so many years that, one of the first things I noticed was how much money people were wasting. And I'm not talking about $1,000 a month. I'm talking about
Serious
hundreds of
building business
thousands a
money.
month
Yeah.
that people were wasting because they did not have their brand dialed in. And what happens when you spend that money like that is that you just have to outspend to outdo your competitors. And who wants to be in that position? I wouldn't want to think that I got to where I am by just outspending everybody.
Right.
Right? That's the dumbest move you could possibly make. Yes, you have to spend money in advertising, right? You have to spend it. You have to market yourself and get yourself out there. But if you're dialed in, your marketing becomes so much more effective. So anyway, I digress there, but spray and pray marketing is what we used to call it. So speaking of, your brand being scattered here and there, no connection, judges pick up on those things. And who's the judge? Your customer. So when you walk into a courtroom, you have to have those ducks in a row. And if you don't, you run a big risk of losing your case.
Right.
Okay. And you know what happens when you lose your case and you go off to prison? You know how many appeals it takes to get that back, to get back to freedom again? You don't want to be there, right? You do not want to be there. So ask yourself, are you leaving any doubt on the table? Because the courtroom is all about reasonable doubt. Don't leave any doubt that you are the correct choice.
That's right. Hey, and there it is, guys. That's our message. Kicking off 2022. It's going to be an incredible year. I know that because I've got my brand already displayed, defined, and developed completely. I know exactly what my year is going to look like. The only thing that I cannot determine is how much higher than my goal we will actually end up obtaining. If you don't have that kind of confidence, you need to go to discussyourbrand.com. This is what is important. Go to discussyourbrand.com. You can book a 30-minute free strat session with our team members to just talk about your brand, right? It could totally be like, hey, I don't even know what you're talking about. Saw these two people on TV. They wanted something about a brand. What's a brand? What do they'll talk to you about that. If you have a modicum of understanding of a brand, but you don't have it all pulled in together, they'll talk to you about that. If you're ready to move forward and really build that thing out, they'll talk to you about that. Discussyourbrand.com. Don't delay.
Yep, exactly. And don't end up in prison.
Yeah, whatever you do.
Exactly.
It's hard to build brands in prison.
It sure is. We could probably build prison brands if we
Well, they probably could, but
they
they're
wouldn't
not.
be positive.
They're hard to monetize.
They would not be positive.
Right.
I can assure you that. But you want to be the positive brand. You want to leave that courtroom victorious. Okay. So, well, if you guys like what you've heard today, please like it, love it, share it, and ding, subscribe so you can be alerted when the next video like this appears.
Yep. Hey guys, it's about prosperity. When we talk about prosperity here, we're not just talking about money. That's only a portion of it. We're talking about the full 360 of an abundant life that we truly wish for every one of you. We know that at Brand Face, prosperity favors the bold. So we say, be bold, folks, especially with your brand, especially in 2022, especially right now. Get started. And thank you, Miss Tanya.
Thank you. All right, guys, have a great Wednesday.
Bye.